want you to see standing out as being alone, even when nobody is willing to stand with you. For example, when you decide to stand out, let's say we have 100 students in a class, and then you decide to stand out among all of them. It means it's you against them. It means you are thinking in a totally different manner compared to them. It means if they are all going right, you are going left, and vice versa. So it means if they are all going down, you are going up, and vice versa. The point is that you are not all facing the same side. That is what standing out means, right? So, but the standing out I'm talking about is you can stand out for good and you can stand out for bad. If okay, let's put it this way. My major focus since last week has been how you can stand out, and that is for good. All right. I'm trying to lay a foundation now. Standing out can also mean that you are willing to do what everybody else is not doing. Do you get? So standing out does not always mean you are the best. I said it last week that you don't have to be the best at what you do. Just be unique at it, and then you'll be good. Do you get? Because the thought of you trying to be the best at what you do can be very discouraging many times. Because in that same field you are in, there are people who can do 10 times what you are doing without stress. You will see some works and you will just be depressed. You will just feel like, I don't think this thing is for me. How many years time will I catch up with these people? You don't need to. Just that one that you're doing, that phase that you are in, you just need to focus on it and be unique at it. Do it in a way that nobody else can, and then you're good. No pressure. Just take it one step at a time, and then you get there, right? So now, standing out, like I was saying, can also mean you doing what nobody else is willing to do. Taking a cue from the scriptures, the the 3 Hebrew brothers decided to stand while everybody else is bowing. That is a big deal. It means you are standing and you are damning the consequence. As far as bowing is concerned, I will only bow to one God, and that's the God of heaven and earth. I will not bow to any other idol. So, if they decided to stand, 3 of them decided to stand out among thousands of people bowing at the same time, that can be very, very daring and challenging. Do you get? So it means anything, they are damning the consequence. It means they don't care to be dragged. Imagine on social media, a lot of people are commenting on a post, they are saying this, saying that, and then today, I came across a post online today, on one popular platform like that. So I saw the post, and it was about a girl that was drunk for the first time, and she was like saying all kinds of things, and her friends were just making jest of her and all that. They are like, welcome to that kind of a thing, and they're just kind of making jest of her or trying to catch cruise with her being her first time. And I went to the comment section, and everybody was, some were laughing, some were saying, I like this, nobody saw anything wrong about it. You get? So I just commented, this is so sad. And obviously the reason why it is more sad is because as at the time I commented, my comment is the only comment that is against everything. My comment was the only comment. I've not gone back to the post now. I don't know. But my comment was the only different comment there. So I saw it. I saw that this thing is not supposed to be, even though everybody commenting on this post, they feel it's cool, it's nice. I'm like, somebody's life has just taken a totally different turn, and that is going down. A life that is going up before is suddenly going down, and people are happy about it. They are commenting, they're enjoying it. So I felt sad about it. So I made a comment, this is so sad. And indeed it is. So I didn't care if people start saying, what do you mean it's so sad? Somebody's enjoying her life or something like that. The thing is, when you want to stand out, you don't have to care about what people think. I'm going to cite some practical examples. Don't care about what people think. Don't be for the people. Just be you and focus. Because if people's opinion matter to you, you can never stand out. People who stood out in their lifetime that you read about, that you hear about, that you even study about in schools, they didn't care about what people say. People will laugh at them at some point. People will not even believe in them. Some will be kicked out of their houses. Some will have to sleep, in different places. They got so many discouragement, but they kept going because they saw something, and eventually the thing paid off. And then you, generations to come, have to study about them. You have to learn about them. You even have to answer questions about them in an exam. It means for you to even move forward in life, you need to know about this person. Those are people who stood out in their field. So if you want to stand out in your field, you should not be a people's person. You should not seek validation from men. You should not, what does this person think about me? Who cares about what someone thinks about you? Just do your thing and succeed unapologetically. Nobody cares. You were thinking people are thinking about you, or what's this person thinking about me? They are busy thinking about their own lives. Even the few that have something to think about you, it is that moment, once they say it, they are gone. They are facing their own problem. You are nurturing something that someone said, and then you are letting that direct the course of your life. You can't stand out like that. It is just not possible. You can't. So what I'm saying is, standing out does not necessarily mean you are the best at what you do. It just simply means that path you have chosen for yourself, you know what you are doing, and then you are doing it well. Now, you can choose to stand out against the norm. You don't just stand out by deciding to stand out. You stand out by seeing something and you're like, I'm standing for this thing. The example I cited first, the Hebrew brothers that refused to bow down to an idol in Babylon, those guys saw something. They knew that this God, the living God that we are serving, is well and able. Is the only God that must be served and the only God we must worship. There is no other God. That thing they were looking up to made them stand out. So you don't just stand out. There must be something you are looking forward to. So one of the things that I feel in this creative space, I'm going to address a few things that I feel, especially in filmmaking, when it comes to documenting certain stories. For example, a wedding. One way I've decided to stand out in that regard is I'm not going to tell love stories the same way people do it. I'm going to do mine in a very different way. Do you get? So that has guide. The number one decision I had to make is not all love stories will I tell. That's the number one decision. Because some people will just come to you and they'll be like, come and shoot my wedding. And then from the point where they started talking, you already know that I'm not interested in this wedding. I don't want to tell your story because you make me do the norm. You make me do what I don't want to do. Because if you just go and watch 10 wedding videos, not even 10, 50 wedding videos, you will be able to predict everything. To start with the people dressing up, shoes, clothes, jewelries, watch, perfume, suit, tie. Those are the things that they'll be capturing. Where is the story there? Nothing. Just see them makeup. The bride is doing makeup. They are capturing her. And the husband is dressing, wearing suit, wearing shoe, wearing wristwatch. What else? And after that, they'll now stand, maybe looking towards the window, and now say turn, or you smile. They will now smile at you. And then the wife, oh yeah, turn, oh yeah. And that's what you keep seeing in every wedding video. All of them, that's what they will keep doing. Are you not tired? Why will you keep doing the same thing over and over? Over and over again. That thing used to vex me, I swear. So that's why since I made that decision, I've not shot any wedding since that time. Okay, I've only shot one major wedding that I can say I shot. I've only shot one, and well, I was still like coming up then too, so I did the norm. But since then, I've been turning down every wedding I've been getting. Because if I'm not able to conceptualize your wedding, just let me tell the story for you. I don't think I'm interested. Do you get? You can't tell me that you bought all these wedding dress, clothing, jewelries, and accessories that you are telling us to capture. These things won't matter in years to come. They will not matter. They will be old. In 10, 20 years, these things, they will be outdated. New versions would have come out. Sure, you get. But what can never fade is the story, the authenticity of your story. How did you guys meet? What was your first argument like? Let them share their story. Let them talk about it. If there is a part that needs to be acted out, let it be acted out. If there is any other thing, I know someone. I met him last year. He does it in a very different way, and I love that so much. It is called African Bridal Experience. Oh God, I just love how he does his stuff. It's really amazing. So when you approach him that we want to shoot a wedding, we want you to document our wedding, he's going to do it like a documentary. He's going to start from even where you don't imagine. They're going to start documenting your wedding weeks before the wedding day. That's how they do. They will pick different stories. They will now start releasing your wedding videos like series in episodes so that they can educate people. If quarrel happens, if quarrel breaks out on your wedding day, they will document that quarrel. They will document it. They will find out why did the quarrel happen. It will be part of your love story. That is not just the beautiful side. Capture the ugly parts too. It is all part of your love story to make it a whole some experience. Do you get? So people just like, no, there's no, okay, these things that, what are the things that happened while you were planning your wedding? Did you guys fight? Did your in-laws have any clash? Oh, they did. Let's document it. What happened? What caused it? Can we interview a few people? Let's document it. These are the things, all these things lead. You will watch a wedding video and it will look like you are watching a series, like a movie. And the funny part is it's happening real life. It's not scripted. It's not, it is a real life experience. They didn't script, it's not fiction. That's what we should be doing, you know, because all these things that we are doing that AI can easily do. But this part of telling a story in the most authentic way, AI cannot replace you when you do that. So, in fact, another perspective that can even come on a wedding video when you want to create a wedding story is what were the recent or the past relationship that the bride or the groom have been into. They can dig into those past relationships. Can we interview some of your exes? What did they think about you? What led to the breakup? What happened? You get? That is story. You are wasting stuffs. Those are stories. At what point did you, okay, when you wanted to start, what led to this? What led to that? All these things are beautiful stories that you can bring together. So, but, you know, in this part of the world, a lot of people don't just want to, they are just like, oh, just capture the event and we don't want to really do much. I don't work with people like that. I want to work with people that are ready. So that's why I'm not really into, I'm not in hurry that the one wedding that I will sit down and say, okay, let's do this. Let's tell your story. It will hit. It will be a hit. That's just it. It will be a hit. That's how to stand out. That's simple. Just see that. Just be fed up with what's going on. Be fed up with things around you, with the things people see around you. You see around people do and all that. Just be fed up with it and have nothing to do with it. And then take a step back and look outside the box and think, what can we do differently that will make a lot of sense? All right, are we together? I need feedback. Are we together, guys? Awesome. Whew. Okay, so I want to go into something very crucial. This is another thing that I see that's kind of okay. So if you want to stand out in your field, there's this common plague. It's like a pandemic, especially among creatives or filmmakers. It's just everywhere, either creative or either it's everywhere. When how do I put this? Okay, when maybe you did the work and then someone compliments you that, wow, that work is beautiful, is amazing. And then you say, no, that thing, no, I be your boy, I know to sabi like that. So I know, I just the low key, that kind of thing. It's number one, it's I don't know. A lot of people use it to catch crews, but deep down, I see it as you kind of look down on yourself, or like low self-esteem when they compliment you and you tend to deflect it. They say you are good. You are good at what you do. What happened to thank you? I really appreciate that. It's my pleasure. Thank you. But when they tell some people you are good at what you do, they are going to be like, me, I'm still learning, It's God that is helping us. So me, I'm still learning, You be boss now. You be boss now. That kind of God. When you are complimented, take it. It doesn't kill you. It's not a form of humility. Okay, especially when it is something you did that got you that compliment. Just accept it politely and that's it. You don't need to show us some fake humility or try to deflect it somehow. There was a time the consciousness that it dawned on me. I was buying something at the store, and after buying the stuff and the person handed it over to me, the person said thank you, and I said thank you back. It now dawned on me that why do I keep doing that? When you do something, okay, maybe you do something to someone and then the person says thank you. Why say thank you back? Just say you're welcome. Because somehow we just feel we are not worthy of it, of saying, we are not worthy of it. If someone does something to you, it is worthy that it is necessary that you say thank you, and then the person says you're welcome. And when they give you thank you too, you too should say you're welcome. Don't reject it. Don't say thank you. You should accept the thank you and reply accordingly. You're welcome. And when somebody says you're good at what you do, say thank you. It shows that you know that you are good at what you do. You have to believe it. You have to accept it. It's not pride. It is just self-awareness. Do you get? It means I know what I carry. I know what I have. And I'm conscious of it. When you are conscious of it, it grows. It becomes, you have to be conscious of it. The guy with 5 talents was conscious of the 5 talents and was able to replicate it. The one that they gave 1 to that felt unworthy, he felt I'm not worthy of this 1 talent. He went to hide it. He couldn't profit from it, and he lost his place, and that 1 that he had was given to he who had 5. That is it. When you have something and then it is expected of you to recognize it so that it will become more. If you don't accept compliments, if you keep deflecting compliments, you are telling people, you are telling even God that I'm not worthy of this thing, take it from me. Do you get? So it is not pride, it is self-awareness. When you are told you are good at something, accept the compliment and be conscious about making it better. Always, it will drive you to become better and better at what you do. And besides, you don't even need someone to tell you before you believe. For you to accept it means that you already believe it. That yes, I'm good. So when they now tell you that you're good, you say thank you. But if they tell you that you're good and then you're like, hey, your boy, you'll be your boy or something. The day they tell you are bad, it will break you so bad that you even condemn yourself. We are quick to accept bad things than to accept good things. That's just the way some people are wired. You get? So please, let's stop that. If we want to stand out, let's stop deflecting compliments. Do you get? So, another part or another side of this is when you meet someone for the first time, or maybe you meet someone new. For the first time, and then you are like asking the person, how good are you at what you do. Maybe you want to, or maybe an interview or something, or you just want to engage with the person, and then you're asking the person how good are you at what you do, and then the person is like telling you, I'm just learning, I'm still learning, I'm not that good, I'm still learning, me, I'm just coming up. All those things are not necessary. When I ask someone those, and I start hearing things like that, I'm like, no, this person is not the right person for the job. It's just as simple as that. If you stand in front of people who matter, and then they ask you from rate yourself from 1 to 10, how good are you? And then you start giving reasons why they should believe you are not good. You will not, whatever brought you there will not be successful, because they will feel you are too timid to handle things. So you will not. Rate yourself high at all times. Rate yourself high. Especially when you know that at least I know this thing to some level. Rate yourself. Rate yourself well. Don't beat yourself down, so that, many people tend to do that. Maybe they've mastered the skill to like level 7 out of 10. They'll now kind of beat themselves down to like, let's say level 4. So that by the time they now deliver something, they are now going to shock you or make you feel. I don't know what their aim is. I don't really know, but if you do that, I know if you are in this shoe, you understand what I'm saying. Just stop it. It won't take you anywhere. It won't take you far. Be true to yourself. Paint yourself the way you are. Just come out clean. Stop camouflaging under stop hiding and saying I'm learning, I'm still, all those things. You just need to stop it if you want to stand out. Know where you are, represent it, communicate it well, and then move. All right. So, I think I have 2 more points left to go. So another thing that you should stop doing if you want to stand out is, this is also common. I used to make one. Let me say this. Let me share my own story before I go into that point, or let me use this story to anchor my point. When I was in secondary school, I know how to play a few musical instruments, right? So, but there was this time that I had this mouth organ. It's called harmonica. This flat mouth organ. The band stuff that I used to, I could play it. Nobody taught me, because I used to play keyboard. I play keyboard, so my knowledge of music with keyboard and with software notes, I just picked the instrument and just located my do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, and then I started playing songs because I could read notes of any song offhand. So once I hear the song, I start playing it. So I was so good at it, right? Even today, if I pick it up, I will still play so well. So I was in secondary school, I think SS1 as at that time. So I knew that thing so well, but I was shy to play it in class. But there was a friend of mine, he doesn't know it as much as I do, so I would teach him. He will go in front of the class and he will play it. And then people will clap, wow, awesome, oh boy, this guy is good. So he was taking all the glory. I was the one who was teaching him. I was, hiding. He was in forefront doing this stuff, right? I felt that was purpose. Now, when you watch all these kung fu movies that I used to watch, where the sifu, the master, will teach a small guy to go and do the fight, and the guy will win, and then the master will be like, yes, that's my boy. That kind of a thing. So I thought I was doing myself good, but it was later, after many years, that I now realize that wow, so I've been killing myself, because if at any point an opportunity surfaces, maybe some people came around to just sponsor someone, and then they see the guy playing the stuff, and then they're like, wow, this guy is good, we are going to sponsor you. That is how they will sponsor the guy and take him whatever, travel out and all that. And you, who is the real person who really knows this stuff, will remain there and you will not go. So I remember, I think after I had done that for a while, there was now one afternoon like that. We were about it was, all those last 3 periods of the class that the teacher will cancel, and then you guys will just start making noise, start playing in the class till like 2 before you guys finally go. So we were now jamming. Some people were using sticks to drum in the class, and then I picked up this stuff. I'm like, let me just play this thing today. So it was just a small group of people, like 3 guys. So I was playing different songs with it, and the other guy was hitting the decks just to do percussion and all that. And then people started noticing. Like, people start, what's going on here? Everybody was now surprised that, what? So you can play this thing like this? Wow, so when did you learn? They didn't believe that I could do that. Whereas I've been the one playing through somebody else all along, and they didn't know. So when I left secondary school, I began to learn that when you have value and you don't project it, you are as good as dead. You are good as not having value. That's just the point. Don't have it and not project it. Do you get? When you have it, when you know something, when you have the skill, please project it. Do you get? Some people say that, I've met some people before in this video editing field. They'll be extremely good, and then I will ask them, give me your social media handle, and they'll tell me they don't post their works. Then I'll be like, why are you doing yourself such a discredit? Why won't you post your work? This beautiful stuff, you are not posting them. People who don't know as much as you are posting their stuff, and they are making a lot of money. You are not posting your stuff. And those that are bold enough to post their stuff are getting the gigs, and they are employing you to do it for them so that they can pay you peanuts for them to just make the real money. That's how life works. If you refuse to open your mouth, somebody else will open their mouth and talk rubbish, and they'll make the money. That's why we have so many nonsense content online, because a lot of people who don't have sense have just decided to speak, and they were consistent at speaking, and they have audience. But you who has the knowledge and the depth, you refuse to speak. Even the few times you spoke, you were not consistent. Therefore, you didn't have audience. Therefore, it's as though you don't exist, even with your depth. But those who don't have the depth, they were just loud, and they were consistent at being loud, even though they are not spewing anything that makes sense. But they were getting consistent audience from people, and they are being misled by those people. They are misleading those people. And that's how it will continue if you decide to keep quiet. So my advice to you is that put it out. Keep pushing it out. Do not hide. Okay? Don't hide. It is though, my spiritual father always say that the courageous will always, how does he say it? The courageous will always lead the timid, or something like that. He said, so if you are courageous, if you are bold and you are courageous, you will always, and you don't know much, right? You don't know much, but you are bold and courageous at what you do. You will always lead those that know much and are not courageous. Do you get? So, no matter how much you know, or no matter how little you know, please be courageous and be bold about it. And share it. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. When you make mistake, come back and correct it. Maybe you share something a few years ago online and today you've learned more, you felt that was not right. Make another video and disclaim it. Okay, make another video and say, okay, I said this some years ago, I've learned more now. It's not like that. This is how it is. That shows that you are human. It shows that I can trust this person, because even if he makes a mistake, he's going to make corrections. Rather than now try to pad things up, use your ego to still stand with an error and feel you are indomitable, nobody can defeat you, you can't make any mistake. Do you get? So always stay courageous and bold at all times. If you want to stand out, standing out is not for the timid. It's for those who mean business, who are strong, who damn any consequence. That I'm going to stand no matter what, no matter the number of people that stand against me or that don't agree with my ideology or with my belief or with my conviction, I'm still going to stand anyway. Because it's not about them, it's about me and my conviction. Do you get? So, and finally, let me say this. Finally, always, one of the ways to stand out at what you do is never say no. What do I mean? In this context, when you are faced or somebody brings about something in your field and it's something that you've not done before, you feel you don't have the or if you don't have the experience or the expertise to do it, don't deflect it. Don't say no. Say yes and figure it out later. Most times, opportunities elude us because we are unsure at some point, or we said no when we were supposed to say yes. There will always be a first time for everything. Okay, we all came as how do I put this? Nobody came to the earth knowing it all. That's the point. You didn't come to the world knowing it all. There will always be a first time to everything. There's a first time you walked. There's a first time you spoke. There's a first time you ate. There's a first time you slept. There's a first time you danced. There's a first time you do your project, your big project. There will always be a first time. So don't say no. Can you do this? Yes. Maybe you cook for a few people and then can you do this same food for 100 people? Yes, I can. Then figure it later. Yes, I can bring the contract. You can? Yes, I can. I can do it. Okay, let's prepare a contract for you so that you just supply 100 people. You don't have any idea how to go about it yet, but you've taken it already. That decision you've made, you will find out that one way or the other you're going to achieve it. But number one, from my previous teachings, I've already showed you how to handle big projects for the first time. You need to look for people who have been doing it before and collaborate with them. So after you said yes, you now need to figure it out. What do I need to do? Who do I need to bring on board so that we can do this thing together and to be successful? If you don't want to flop, you've not done this before and you are doing it for the first time, you should do it with people who have been doing it before so that you will make some certain mistakes. You get so when something big come at you, don't deflect, don't say no, I'm not worthy. If you say no, you find out that the person who eventually did the stuff probably doesn't even know much as you know. Many times we always underrate ourselves. We always feel we are not good enough. That's imposter syndrome. I don't know why. Well, it's life. It's like don't let me say I don't know why people always think that way. But it's life. You get many times if you can just look into people's thoughts, you are going to be very, very confident about yourself. Because many times have you ever wore a torn trouser to a public? Maybe you were trying to cross somewhere and then your trouser tore or something. And maybe your trouser tore or you had a stain, just a small stain on your clothes somewhere. Throughout that day as you are going out, you're always thinking about the stain or about the torn trouser. And then you are thinking everybody is looking at it. You are thinking, this guy is looking at me. He has probably noticed that stain. God, what's this? Now, what's this embarrassment? Not knowing that the guy is thinking about where maybe he locked the door in his house before coming out or not. But you are already overthinking. Already. And then, or maybe the guy self is even thinking that this lady coming, say, I hope he's not noticing that my hair is rough. Hope he's not noticing the patch I have on my trouser. Everybody is looking out for themselves. So this one that you think you are the worst in the group, on the team. You think you are the worst. Everybody too is thinking they are the worst. So it's only the person that has confidence that will believe in himself that I can do this, I'm capable. It's only that person that will stand though. The rest of you that are thinking somebody else is better than you, that's how you're missing opportunities, because those people that are doing it are not even as good as you. Like I was saying in my secondary school, those people that are standing in front to do all those things that I can do, it's not because they are just confident and they are doing it, until I broke out of my shell and I did my own too. But so many people believe this stage is not for me. I just need to be in the background. Let me just be doing my thing in the background. It is low self-esteem that is doing you. Everybody, there is nobody that does not belong to the stage. At one point or the other, even if your own work is a backstage work, you get directors of movies, you don't see them in movies, right? But the directors that are exceptional at what they do, you will know them, you will hear their names, they will call them for interviews, they will call them for workshops, come and talk to us, come and show us this, come and let's tap into your thinking process. How do you think? They will organize master classes, they will bring them for different occasions, events to speak. They are on stage too, they are not just showing in their movies, but they are showing every other places. So they can't say, I'm a director, I just like to be behind the camera, let me just be doing my thing. Just no. The ones that are not doing this thing, they are writing books. Great people, you may, greatness is in levels. Either they know your name or they know your face or they know both. But that you now hide in one corner and think you can be great like that. You can't be great like that. Do you get? As far as once you are great, you impact people's life. And people will never stop mentioning you. They never stop mentioning your name. They will never stop referencing things back to you, because you are good at what you do and you're a great person. So stop hiding in within your shell. Stop embodying timidity. Stop embracing shyness. Break out of your shell and do something. Let people be blessed by you. Let people get to know you. Let them get to know what you do. Teach them what you know. Just let someone's life be better because they come across you. It's as simple, one person at a time, till you're able to do many people at a time. Just start from where you are. All right. I believe you've learned something tonight. So I'd like to stop here tonight. Think I've been able to cross all my T's and dot all my I's.